Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media, and it is the first Tuesday of a brand new month, which means we're talking my most anticipated releases of the month. So July looks to be a pretty decent month, all things considered, and on top of these new releases, this is also historically the month that Barnes & Noble does one of their two 50% off Criterion Collection and Arrow Video, I always like to throw that in there, their sales. And so hopefully that's happening, but frankly, as of filming, I have heard absolutely nothing about it, and I know a lot of the stores have taken out some of their physical media, like in terms of movies anyway. So we'll see. I have no idea what's going to happen there, but hopefully that's happening in the month of July. On top of all that, July happens to be my birthday month, so it's a pretty big month for me. I'm excited about it. So before we get into this, if you guys have a quick second, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to my top 5 most anticipated releases of July 2023. I mention it every time, but I do have my phone down here. I'll be looking off of this as I talk through these, and I will start with my honorable mentions for the month. So I actually trimmed this list down to only 3 this month. It definitely could have been bigger, but I was trying to focus on the ones that I could see myself picking up, if not immediately, at least in the relatively near future. So that's what I'm sticking with here today. These, as always, are done in release order. So coming in at number 1 from Universal Studios, hitting on the 4th of July, Independence Day here in the States, we have Jaws 2 hitting 4K. So I actually have Jaws 2 right there. There it is, on Blu-ray behind me. And so I own the original Jaws, of course, which you don't see there because I have it over in my 4K collection. So I'm glad that they are now moving to the next step on the Jaws franchise by releasing this one on 4K. My big question, though, is are we going to see Jaws 3 and Jaws 4, which I guess is just off frame there? Are we going to see those on 4K eventually? I hope so. I think that would be pretty cool. So this one does have HDR10 color grading only, so no Dolby Vision on this one, and a DTS HD Master Audio 2.0 track. So not too crazy in terms of the AV side of this, but I imagine that audio track is probably the best that's available for this, so I'm sure it will be fine. So this one is not a bad price at only $21.99 on Amazon as of filming, so I definitely see myself picking this one up. I might wait for a sale. We'll see. I don't know. And then coming in for my second honorable mention today is from Lionsgate, and this is being released on July 11th. This is Beau is Afraid. So this is being released on Blu-ray. And it is another Joaquin Phoenix film, which is really the only reason I'm interested in it. Well, that's not true. The trailer for this, my buddy sent it to me, and it just looks so bizarre. And so I really want to check it out. I think it takes place like on a cruise ship, which I love. I'm a big cruiser, and Joaquin Phoenix is in it, which frankly is just enough for me to pick it up. So this one I want to grab. That said, the price on this is a little bit ridiculous at $28.49 currently on Amazon. So if that drops down to around $20, I'll probably grab it this month because I really do want to see it, and I need it, for my Joaquin Phoenix collection, one of my favorite actors. I'm trying to collect all of his stuff, and so I definitely want to get it at some point. It's just a matter of when. Hopefully that $28.49 does not stick around because that's kind of ridiculous for a Blu-ray. So we will see. This one, like I said, comes out from Lionsgate on July 11th. And then finally, the last one on my honorable mentions list is from Warner Brothers, releasing on July 18th, and this one is getting a 4K release. This is The Last of Us, the complete first season. So this, of course, is based on the ever-popular PlayStation 3 originally, and then PS4, and now PS5 video game. Sony has absolutely milked that video game the most that it possibly could at this point. And so this is one that I owned on PS3, and then I bought the remastered edition on PS4. I have yet to grab the PS5 version of it, but I probably will at some point when it goes on sale. But I still haven't played it. And so that's the reason this one isn't in my top 5, is because I really would like to play the video game before I watch the TV series. Now, I imagine there are some differences that make them feel a little bit unique from one another, but I really would like to do the source material before I go into it. So I've heard really good things about it. I have, pretty decent expectations going in, but I don't know too much about it other than that. And I want to keep it that way. I want to keep as blind as I can for this one when I go in to play the video game and eventually watch this TV series. So this one I will pick up eventually, but again, I'll probably hold off. It currently is listed at $39.96 on Amazon. So those are the three honorable mentions I wanted to talk about for July. Now let's jump over to my top 5. Okay, so coming in at number 5 this month is from Shout Factory. This is World War Z from 2013, and this one releases on July 25th on 4K. So I really love this movie. Actually, when I first saw it in theaters, I thought, that was fine. It was okay. But then on repeat viewings after it hit home media, I really liked it a lot more. I mean, it's just a fun, action-packed zombie thriller with a really strong cast. And so it's just a fun movie. Like, I have a really good time with it. I do own it on Blu-ray behind me. I think it's actually Blu-ray 3D, if I'm not mistaken. But this is one that I would love to upgrade because I do enjoy it. So on the AV side of things, it looks like it's going to be pretty darn good. This is an upscaled 4K transfer, which, as I always say, I don't really care about, but I know some people do. So it is upscaled and not native. But that said, it does have Dolby Vision and HDR10 color grading, which is awesome to see, plus a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. So on paper, this looks like it will be a really good visual and audio treat for those that care about that. So, which frankly, if you're buying 4K, you probably care about that. The only reason this one isn't higher on this list is just because on the special features front, you don't get anything new here. Yes, you do get both the theatrical and the unrated cut, but even with that, there's a caveat because the 4K disc only has the theatrical cut on it, whereas the Blu-ray has the unrated cut. No idea why they do that sometimes, but they do that relatively often with Shout Factory / Scream Factory. So that's a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. On top of that, though, there's just nothing else new here. So for the price tag of $29.99, I would have loved to see something new, which is a criticism that I probably should have been more harsh on as I was going through, these months looking at these things, but it's really just starting to get on my nerves a little bit. And so that's why this one ends up at number 5. I still want to grab this one at some point, but I'll probably wait for a sale on it until it drops just a little bit further in price because all the special features I already have on the Blu-ray behind me. So we'll see. I like the movie though, so I'd like to support it. It just needs to have the right price. So again, this is World War Z from 2013, and this one releases on 4K from Scream Factory / Shout Factory on July 25th. Coming in at number 4 is another one from Vestron Video Collector Series. This is My Best Friend is a Vampire from 1987, and this one comes out on Blu-ray on July 25th as well. So at this point, if it's a Vestron Video Collector Series, I'm pre-ordering it and I'm going to pick it up. The price is right. Now, admittedly, this one is a little bit higher at $17.99 currently on Amazon. I'm guessing, though, it'll probably drop down a little bit in price as we get closer to that release date. At least I'm hoping so. So this one I don't really know too much about, but my buddy texted it to me when it was announced and he was really excited about it. So he was excited, so therefore I'm excited about it. What it looks like is a teen 80s comedy, but with a vampire twist. And so I'm hoping it's going to be pretty fun. But other than that, I really don't know too much about it. On the special features front, I'm sure there are some, and hopefully you guys are seeing them right now. Frankly, I forgot to write them down, so I don't know exactly what's there, but it's Vestron. So I'm sure there's going to be something worthwhile on the special features front, which I love these. I'm just going to keep buying them as they come out. I was just looking the other day, and I think I have from is it 19 all the way up through 29 now? And then some random ones before that. I would love to have a full series, but they're just more expensive to get nowadays than they even were back when they were released, and they were expensive when they released. And so that's why I passed on most of them. But from here on out, I'm buying them. And so this one is already pre-ordered on Amazon for me. I'm hoping I enjoy it when it comes in. This one, My Best Friend is a Vampire from 1987, releases on July 25th from Vestron Video. Coming in at number 3 is a release from my friends over at Mill Creek Entertainment. This is White Noise and White Noise 2 double feature on Blu-ray. And this releases on July 11th. So White Noise is from 2005 and then White Noise 2 from 2007. So I have actually been trying to find White Noise 2 on DVD for months now. I have the original White Noise on DVD, but every single time I find White Noise 2, I actually even bought it. It was in full screen. I didn't realize it when I picked it up until I got it home. So that was super disappointing. And so now all of a sudden Mill Creek announces this. And so I took it right off my DVDs to find list and, I'm excited to get this one in from Mill Creek this month. I cannot wait. So what's really cool about this, so the original has Michael Keaton in it, and I remember watching it and not loving it. I thought, man, this should be creepier than it is, but they didn't really go for it, or it didn't land quite as well. But then I watched the sequel, which, by the way, stars Katie Sackhoff and Nathan Fillion, which is just fantastic. And I remember liking the sequel a lot more than the original. I remember it being a lot creepier. Now, that has been probably like 15 years now. Wait, when did this come out? 2005, 2000? Yeah, probably around 15 years, I guess, since I watched both of these. And so my memory just could be mistaken, but that's what I know to be true right now. So when this comes in from Mill Creek, I absolutely want to review it to see if that memory's right. Is the second, much lesser known sequel any better than the original? Because I really think it is, but I'm looking forward to checking this one out again. I just was so excited when they announced this because, like I said, they've been on my list to get for so long now and I could only find the original. So really excited about this one. And what's really cool is that this is a rare Mill Creek double feature that has actually a good amount of special features on this. Now, I'm sure they're all ported over from their DVD releases. I'm sure nothing is new here, but that's totally fine with a release like this. The price on Amazon right now is a whopping $12.99. Come on, that's insane. And you're going to get special features with this. The reason I put Evil Dead Rise at number 1 or number 2 on my list last month, and it came out the day I'm filming this, and I didn't pick it up because it's a completely bare bones release. That's ridiculous for $30. This, though, it has special features on it. You get 2 movies and it's $12.99. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So I am super excited for this one. So again, Mill Creek Entertainment is releasing White Noise and White Noise 2 on July 11th on Blu-ray for $12.99. That's a really great deal. Number 2 for the month of July has to be from Paramount Pictures, Scream 6. And this one comes out on July 11th on 4K. And I will mention there is a 4K steelbook for this one, but it's a little bit ridiculously priced at $39.99. So I will be going with the slipcover version. But anyway, I loved this movie when I saw it on Paramount Plus a couple months ago. It is a little bit different than the other Scream movies, but I thought they did a really good job with it. It felt a lot more brutal than the last one, and I thought that was for the better. I don't know that I liked it more than Scream 5, but on repeat viewings, it's very possible that I will, because I really enjoyed this. And I know it doesn't get the most love out of the Scream franchise, but I think it's a worthwhile sequel that I'm really excited to own, and I cannot wait. I know they have not announced a Scream 7, but I'm sure it's going to happen, and I'm really excited for it to see what they do with it. So this release is a full native 4K transfer. It has Dolby Vision and HDR10 color grading and a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, so should look and sound amazing. Even better, on the special features front, it looks to be pretty loaded. Not only is there a commentary track, but there's also 7 featurettes on this. Yes, please. Thank you, Paramount. I am excited for this one. Scream 6, the slipcover edition, is currently $29.96 on Amazon, and that is definitely the way I'm going versus the Steelbook version, which is $10 more. That's ridiculous. No, thank you. I will stick to the slipcover 4K edition of Scream 6, which comes out on July 11th. All right, so number 1 on my list is also from Paramount Pictures, and this one is releasing on the 4th of July. From 1998, we have The Truman Show. I utterly adore this film. If Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is my favorite Jim Carrey performance, The Truman Show comes in at a very, very close number 2. I love both of those movies for various reasons, and I cannot wait to upgrade this one. I own it on Blu-ray right down at the very bottom down here, and I love it, but I am absolutely upgrading this one because I want to support the film. I want it in the best quality possible. And from the reviews I've already read about it, it is a notable upgrade from the Blu-ray. So super excited about this film. If you've not seen it, I don't care if you buy the 4K or if you go for the cheaper Blu-ray, you stream it, whatever, watch this movie. It is so good. I just love it. Basically, we follow Jim Carrey's character. He is the main character in the world's most popular reality TV show, but he doesn't know it. All his friends and family around him are all actors and he has no idea. And there's just such like a beautiful message in this. It's acted perfectly by Carrey and his supporting cast. It's beautiful. It's a stunning film that I cannot recommend enough. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And this 4K from Paramount looks to be a pretty darn good way to do that, because on the AV side of things, this is a brand new 4K restoration that was approved by the director. You have Dolby Vision color grading and HDR10 color grading, plus that Dolby Atmos audio track. So it's just top of the line there with that brand new transfer. So excited to check this one out. On the special features front, and I might sound a little hypocritical, but there's nothing new here. That said, there is a pretty decent number of special features anyway that are ported over from that Blu-ray release, but again, it's nothing new. So if you had the Blu-ray, you already have these. But the reason I'm putting this at number 1 and I put World War Z at number 5 because of the special features or the lack of new ones is the price tag. Unlike World War Z, which is at $30, this one is only $20. This is currently $19.99 on Amazon, and I actually already have this one pre-ordered. Cannot wait for the 4th of July to get this one in. So that's the big difference to me. That's why this one jumps to number 1, beside the fact that it's like one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love it. And it is just a lot cheaper. So that's how I justify putting World War Z at 5 and Paramount or Truman Show at number 1, even though they kind of share similar problems, I guess I'll say. But anyway, cannot wait for this upgrade. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen this one. Number 1 this month, coming out on July 4th from Paramount Pictures, is The Truman Show on 4K. All right, so those are the releases that I am most looking forward to this coming July. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. What are the July releases that you are absolutely picking up? What might you grab? And what are you just going to wait for a sale on? Let me know down in the comments below. Any of the 5 I talked about today, are they must-haves for you as well? Let me know what your thoughts are on this and anything else down in the comments. I always appreciate that support, so thanks so much for it. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this one, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media. Books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. And I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.